That's why I don't understand how other people's opinions matter. They're nobody but who you make them to be. Fuck the perception of them. Fuck what other people think of them. You're nobody to me. You don't fucking matter unless I make you matter. Having a conversation with somebody, and they were telling me about a situation with their friend, and they were saying that their friend slept with their brother's wife.
Brother slept with his brother's wife.
Yeah.
It's foul.
And he got the girl. He got her pregnant. So now the brother won't let him in, like they won't let him in his house and nothing like that. So
and seeded it.
So it was like I was talking about it. I'm like, what do we expect? Like, this person was like, nah, you can't judge. So I'm like, what do you?
We can't judge who?
Like the guy, like, cause I've never been in a situation like that.
Did he stay with her?
Yeah, he's trying to stay with her now. So in my mind, I was like, yo, he was plotting the whole time. Like, he's plotting the whole time if it's that close. Like, it's just.
Wait, what you mean?
Like, the brother was plotting on the brother's girl.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Like,
or she just, like, threw it at him one day out of nowhere.
That can happen. But she's like, oh, you can't judge him because...
Can't judge a brother for hitting it?
Yeah.
Why not?
But that's what I didn't understand. Like why, I don't see why... I'm not judging.
He should be judged.
Was it a male or a female who said you can't judge?
Female.
Yeah. Well, see, you know why? I feel like a female would say something like that because even in my mind, I didn't say anything, but I'm thinking like, well, what if he just like, it was just this feeling that, you know, he was, I'm thinking of a perspective like maybe he was just going off of his feelings. Yeah. Maybe he was just like, yo, this is just what I want. I'm never going to get, he thought that you're never going to get this again. Now, this is not an excuse. It's not an excuse to do something like that, but you know what I mean? Like, maybe that's just the way he felt. That's why he said, well, if you felt like that about another person, you know, maybe you would do some things that you didn't do. I'm saying that.
I hear what you're saying. But a feeling is like, I wouldn't even tell
okay, you have to understand
shit.
why I just said that. He said that the person who said you know, you can't judge, maybe they're thinking of another perspective. To say, well, you can't judge because if you're not that person, you have no idea why they did it, what they were thinking, what they were feeling. Maybe he was doing it to maybe get back at his brother. You have no idea. So to actually try to judge and
that's all them reasons are reasons to judge him.
Okay.
Like none of them are none of them are like a good reason to be like, oh shit, man, maybe you're right. None of them is like, oh shit, maybe yeah. None of them. They all like that's fucked up. Like, if it's to get him back, that's fucked up. Either way, they all like
I feel you.
Judgeable moments.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe it's more like, who are you to judge? That's more.
I'm somebody. Only people can judge somebody. There's nobody else to judge somebody but people.
I feel you.
What else? Who else do I do it?
I don't get it. Like, it's like
somebody got to do it. Shit.
That's why I think people don't want to be judged. Like they say that. Like I don't want to be.
So, but they have judges in the legal. You think they should have
judges
in the
they people too.
Right.
So what make him?
Wait. But I'm saying is listen. What I'm saying is. They have judges for the legal part. Yeah. Maybe they should have judges for
They do.
Who?
Me, I just told you.
No, but
I'm gonna judge the shit out of that motherfucker.
Oh my gosh. They don't have a central area to come and get that judgment. You gotta make a central area for that. And no. You just gotta know what's going on or see it. Got some info on it and got his number. Like, I'm gonna judge him. I mean, yeah, whatever. If people do it unconsciously and they don't say it,
I think it's consciously though. Like,
I didn't mean it. Sometimes I just need to talk a little slower because I can't even get my whole thought out before I'm already saying something before I finish.
Look at me.
Dang, he went through it.
But
I forgot what I was saying.
I didn't mean to do that.
for the most part, I wanted to get more into how people stop doing things or don't do things because they're afraid of judgment.
Mm-hmm.
People are trying to be who they're not because they're afraid of judgment. Like, you know what I mean? I think that's the biggest issue.
That's
Why relationships don't work. I think that's the biggest issue socially.
So you like dealing with insecurities and shit? That's what you mean?
That's part of it, yeah.
I think everybody goes through that because I think everybody does things based off. Yeah, because everybody wants to do things based off of how other people are going to perceive them.
Have you gone through it?
True. And then I think it's levels. I'm sure we all have.
I think.
But I'm saying, I'm trying to get through it.
Never feel that way.
Yes.
That's not the. My point is the actions, what you do. You can feel whatever you're gonna feel. You can't stop nobody from feeling a certain kind of way, but what you do because of it is what I'm talking about. People don't get nowhere because they're afraid of something.
I don't think that. I don't think that it's wrong. It depends on what you mean. Like say like certain examples, certain situations. Because to me, it's good to have that judgment, so you don't go out here wilding out.
I'm not saying don't judge people.
Yeah.
People should be judged.
Yeah.
But that shouldn't stop you from doing certain things as well.
Nah, it shouldn't stop you.
That's what I'm saying.
But it does.
That shouldn't stop you from being who you really are, is what I'm saying. People faking for that reason. It's so many fake people. Like everything, that's the reason why. All the problems, that's what I'm trying to tell you, all the problems is because of that.
It is, though.
Whatever problem in a relationship,
but I think
that's the problem.
I think nowadays it's so, that is like the issue, that it's not even an issue anymore. Like it's just people done adapted so much to it that that's just what people do.
I don't even think adapted.
I think it has. Like I think it's just what it is. I think people maneuver in that way.
Yes. Like they not adapting though.
It depends on what you mean. Like say for example, I got this guy at my job, and he gets like really ridiculed at the job. Like they make fun of him a lot and all this shit like that. And he could draw his ass off. Like his God-given gift is to draw.
I gave it to him.
So I'm like, I'm like, why don't you draw? You know what I'm saying? But he's more focused on a certain aspect as far as like making money this way. He don't want. So I'm like, don't matter what nobody says or what you even tell yourself. Like, do that. You know what I mean? Like, this is, you don't want to do it. So I don't know.
So he said, I don't want to do it because, you know.
I mean, he's more focused on like making money now than like honestly going through the process of
making money on it later.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And
bills.
Everybody does. Everybody does. But that, in my mind, that comes with some type of judgment because you don't really want to. You rather just stick to this thing. So that's why I say, like, a lot of people do that. Like,
well, I would only say that in that case is if he was getting people that tell him that he actually couldn't draw, or something like that, or he was afraid that if he put his best and drew his best picture, that people wouldn't like it. That's more what I'm talking about. Not like, I don't know my man Case. He might just not have the opportunity. He might have to continue to make money. If he stopped making money, maybe shit fucks up. Maybe. So maybe he just can't pursue the dream. Yeah. I mean, but I'm more so on when you don't pursue the dream because you're afraid of the judgment.
It's hard to come across those type of situations because a lot of times people are not 100% honest with that being the reason. Like, I don't do it because
they never are.
Never, and it's like I find a way to try to cover it up. Like, you know what? Nah, this is. I don't do it because it's not gonna work, and it doesn't sound right, or nah, you know what? It kind of probably doesn't look right, or maybe this isn't what it is, or I'm not feeling it. Whatever. And I mean, because if you go to that, how do you fix that? How do you fix that? Going into saying like, you know what? It is because of what other people think that I'm even making this decision.
It's self-awareness. You got a problem with self-awareness.
The thing about it, like
recognizing that.
Because I'm looking at it from a perspective of people who still does things. They do it because some of them don't even do it for themselves anyway.
They do it for the gram.
They do it for the gram. They do it for other people's opinions.
Yeah.
So that's why I say it's like it's already like, even if some people don't move for other people's opinions, some people are moving for other people's opinions. It's like,
and it's not necessarily anything wrong with that. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? If it's not hurting you.
No, it's not hurting.
I think it'll hurt in the end. I think it'll hurt in the end.
You know when it hurts? When it doesn't come anymore.
What, satisfaction?
Yeah.
That's when it will hurt.
Or if you just stop getting the attention somehow.
So that's why it's not always a good thing to move on other people's opinions.
I don't know if that's actually when it stops, because you can get to a point where all of a sudden that is not fulfilling you anymore. You could get to that point. You're like, you know what, this, because I don't know. I mean, you know, I actually ask myself this question before I post pictures sometimes. Like, I really am not really looking for anybody, so why I posted this? Mm-hmm. Especially if it's about nothing. If it's just me, like, oh, this picture is cute. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm tired. Like, seriously, what am I doing this for? I had to ask myself that question, and I still see it when I go up and down my feed. I even sat there today and I said to myself, I'm liking people's pictures because I want them to like mine, because I'm trying to get, you know, I just want to be more out there with people and get to be interested in people more. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, I was closed off for a long time and I wasn't able to do that. But then I realized, like, yo, I mean, don't really nobody give me love. This small little world is just about putting on for this small little world, and I just like, I'm like, nah, I don't want to. For what? You know,
that's, I mean,
it's a good question.
Ask myself. Yeah, that's where I am.
Some people gotta answer that probably. I mean, because I don't know. Some people get good feelings from that. Some people is like, yo, for that good feeling, and it's like, I can't really say nothing. I don't understand it still, but I do understand it. I just don't agree. I understand, but I don't agree. That shit don't feel like good to me.
Some people it feels like everything.
Yeah.
That's why like when you ask the question,
world is
like,
very small.
I
think their world is small.
I can't necessarily say that. You got people with huge worlds because of that.
They make
you know what I'm saying?
It just depends on if it's real or not.
But I still think just being able to be satisfied visually.
That's like all it is now. So like, it's
people like
that shit more real in the real world now.
It is.
So
and
fucked
that
up.
is so sad, because they only give you what they want you to. Because I thought to myself, like, I'd be like, I'm open. I'm open. I can be open, but while I'm being open, I'm still closed off a little bit.
You gotta be though.
Still, so I know what you liking. Okay, so you liking that, but you don't really know.
See, people. I think when you look at judgment, like from other people's perspectives on like holding you back, you gotta like. People are only gonna judge you based on how they perceive you, and that's all depending on how they perceive themselves. So at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know how certain people perceive me. I know some people perceive me negatively. I know some people perceive me positively. So it's like, it all depends on what I choose. I think we talked about that the other day. We choose on what you're gonna focus on. You know what I'm saying? Some people that perceive you negatively, those be the people that post the most because they want that love. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it's always like the difference between like and love. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a difference. Like, you gotta focus on what you know the truth to be. Like, right?
Right.
Got it?
I don't got no scissors, and plus, I don't want to go back to that other tooth.
Got you. No, I understand.
So
struggle is real.
I don't know, man. That approval, that I don't know, would you call it necessarily being judged, like, or it's just approval that people ask for?
Yes.
Approval?
Yeah, approval. I think they kind of the same, but I mean, you can separate them a little bit. Seeking approval and being afraid of judgment, because it's mostly about the ones that fear it is the one I'm talking about. People that's afraid of it.
I'm afraid of judgment by the
people seek it.
I'm afraid.
But just want good and don't want bad. Some people just so afraid of the bad that it's like, I don't want any of it. So
I'm afraid of judgment from the people that care about me.
Did you give me this to do something with it?
I did.
I'm afraid of the people. I'm afraid of people, of the judgment of people. And not necessarily afraid. Like, it's just I value the opinion only of the people that care about me.
Yes, exactly.
But what about the effect?
I'm glad you said it first.
What about the effect?
The first one to say it.
The effect of it.
Why not?
I mean, I didn't want to be, but
what you mean? What you say?
Introduced it first.
What you were saying?
I mean, what about the? You said you were. Okay, I don't know what word to use, but you said you're afraid of that. But the effect of it is, if somebody gives you that judgment, you could learn something from it.
I said, I did start off saying I was afraid, but I meant to say I only worry about the opinion of the people who care about me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like only worry about those people. Like everybody else is what I said earlier. Their only perception of me is because of what they perceive of themselves, and I know that. I always knew that. I don't know why.
Because they don't really know you.
That's why. So why would you have any perception of me if you don't know me?
Right.
So if you have a negative outlook on me, you never talk to me, you don't know nothing of me, then you're just stating how you think I am based off of how you think you are.
True.
So it's no reason for me.
At least partially. All the time, at least partially.
Yeah, so it's no real reason for me to worry about that. Or any, yeah.
Yo, he the dopest, yo. You can't stop him. Ain't got you. Oh, she about to die. Run, nigga, run.
He the realest, yo. Say, get that guy. Right? You got it? He ain't got the shell in his mouth.
Sit.
You can eat him wrong.
Oh, shit, she trying to talk.
Wow.
She was trying to scream on her, but she couldn't, yeah. She was trying.
Damn, that shit, coffee went right up the wrong pipe.
He picked the right one, so give me that. Yo.
Wow, my temperature went up 5 degrees.
What's his name again?
Mellow.
Jeez.
Oh my
We
God.
alright. We cool, Mellow.
Word.
I like you.
Give me them goddamn.
But yeah, I mean, I'm about to say, so you're not gonna put the top on that? Like he learned or something. Don't worry, I ain't gonna do it again.
He said they laughing this shit. Hell yeah, I'm gonna do this shit again. Like,
man, that's like I had one of those times 10 at work. Them motherfuckers was sitting there. Nobody said nothing. I couldn't even get an argument
about you.
I know, but I know.
Was it, you got any sisters around? You know, black women? No black women?
The one that fucking quit. The only other one.
See, ain't nobody gonna help you in there.
Damn.
what made you not care about what people thought?
Ooh, whoa, shit! I ain't never thought about that. What made me?
Oh, I'd love to.
I don't think nothing made me. Again, I told you I'm weird. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little off. So I think that was just something that I always had. So yeah, I don't know. That was natural. I think that was just natural.
I think it
never
is natural.
really cared. But when you see that everybody else cared, you think you're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? So you try to.
But that's why I asked the question, because we were around a lot of people that really do care.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't give a fuck.
Well, you know I'm over here still struggling with giving a fuck. I have to tell myself at least 100 times a day.
What makes you care then?
I don't even know. Like, okay, so, well, I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out, though.
Yeah.
Because I want to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to be lonely. I like to be around people. So, even when I was younger, I just wanted to always do things to try to get people to
Stay around.
Right. You know, and when I was younger, actually, the reason why it started with money. I always thought that money was what brought people around, because that's how it kind of trickled. You know, once people found out I had a little something when I was younger, I got attention because of that, and I went right for that. It's like, I guess that's what I got to do, and I started doing that. You know, always having stuff to give. I used to take snacks out my house, go
Told you
give
the
it there.
cabinets
I used to always have everything trying to give to everybody, you know, so that way they would come and be around me, you know, be around me. And I mean, and then I don't know, I still really care about, I don't know why I give a fuck about people so much.
It's not, you don't say it like it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Sometimes I think like me being cold is bad, but then I just realized that it's not. Like, people convince me that it's not. Like I think my mother told me, she was like, even growing up, because I always felt like she paid my sister more attention. So I asked her that question. I'm like, yo, like I felt you paid my sister more attention than me. She was like, yo, you just never needed it. Like, she was like, you go outside, play by yourself. She was like, you always was like that. I'm like, damn, I'm fucked. Like,
but she ain't never just asked you, like, are you
like
good?
No.
Because I always ask my sister.
That's my mom. So
are y'all good?
You know your mother knows you. You know what I'm saying? They know. So,
right.
like I used to play basketball. She'll never come to no games. I just always understood, like, yeah, she had to work. You know, I never stressed. I don't know. Like you said, like maybe you felt you was weird. I just understood. I got an understanding, I guess, of shit. From
I guess that's the understanding you were given because
I was given. Yeah.
I'm giving because see the thing about it is you can give somebody a whole nother understanding because for me I'm there all the time. I work and I don't never miss a game.
Yeah.
And my child has been in sports for 5 years now, and I just made it. You know, I mean, I don't know.
I'm just saying, I never cared. It's just certain things I'm remembering that it never bothered me that probably would bother other people.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's not nothing that's like daunting on me. Like, damn, mom, you ain't never come to another again. I never gave a fuck. So that when she said that, I'm like, damn. That's when I started remembering. Like, damn, I didn't. Like,
you know what?
I never cared. Like, and I didn't. Like, and I'm like, damn, why didn't I? Like, like,
I mean, okay. So what about even the people or your like teammates and their parents will come? It wouldn't bother you at all.
Yeah. I really
didn't care. Damn.
I understood that she had to work.
Okay.
I just understood. That's what I'm saying. I had from a young age, I had a different understanding than most people. Like I never let my emotions get in the way of what was really going on. I don't know. So like to really care about what other people thought, that just played a part in that. Like.
Well, I can definitely see why. Yeah. I mean, that's fine. That's cool. That's
see, funny thing with me is I'm very, like, my emotions do get the best of me a lot.
Mine too.
Like, a lot of the time, just like anybody else. But the thing is that I don't get emotional nowhere near as a fifth.
I think me and you are the most emotional people I know.
Do.
But
and I don't get it.
Everybody think we cold-hearted.
Exactly. But I don't get emotional off the same things other people do. That's all it is.
Exactly.
But I'm just, or even I think I'm more emotional. Yeah, I think I'm more emotional.
I'm more emotional. Just,
when I go. That's just it. That's just it. If I go, I go. If not, I'm chilling. If I'm happy, I'm happy as shit. If I'm sad, I'm sad as fuck.
Yeah. What that means, like, say for example, we're not as emotional. Well, not to say we're more emotional, is because people they're going off of other people's opinions with their emotions. So everything that they do is based off of other people. How they feel is based off of other people's opinions. You know, their actions are based off of other people. Mm-hmm. Ours aren't. That's why our opinions are different. Our feelings are different. Everything's different because it's ours. It's not anybody else's. So like,
sure ain't.
So, I have to sit back and actually figure out. I know it sounds crazy, but what are my thoughts and what are others?
No, that's not crazy.
Because I have to decipher which ones, and I never really did that. I never really did that. I just kind of went with the flow.
Yeah, that's the wrong thing to do.
Mm-hmm. We all gotta learn that shit. Yeah. We all had to learn that shit.
It's the only difference is like,
or not.
Just learned it. I just learned it earlier. Like that's all it is. Like it ain't no better, no worse. You just learned it earlier. I don't know why, but just did.
Cause you know what I usually do?
You know what? I always love myself a lot.
What?
You know what? I think that plays a big part. Always loved myself a lot. Always was a very humble person. You never really hear me brag about nothing. I could be loud a lot, but you never really hear me talk about how good I am at something. It's very rare. I'm very humble, but I love myself. I used to wear shirts with my face on it.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I really didn't love myself.
Love myself.
I mean, I got cracked on a lot.
Like, I know me better than anybody. I've been around me longer than anybody. So it's very hard for an outsider, and that's what most people are, to sway something that I've been living with for a long time. It's so hard to do to me. So, you know what I'm saying? It's hard. It's like, what you mean? I was there. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Alright, my nigga, I'm kind of not listening to you.
That's exactly how you have to look at it. Like, who are you? Everybody,
Who the fuck are you?
Everybody on the outside of your family,
even if I love you,
is everybody on the outside. Everybody on the outside is nobody but who you make them to be. That's it. It's my choice.
And then treat them accordingly.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. They're nobody but who. That's why I never see how people. That's why I don't understand how other people's opinions matter. They're nobody but who you make them to be. Fuck the perception of them. Fuck what other people think of them. You're nobody to me. You don't fucking matter unless I make you matter.
Yes. Exactly.
That's
I'm
it.
so into making sure.
That's why I can cut people with no fucking problem. Like,
cut them.
be like, all right, you just proved you shouldn't matter to me. Like, okay, all right.
Bathroom. Word.
But nah, sometimes for people it takes a while to learn that. There's nothing wrong with that.
I actually, so Emil was saying the other night to me that,
you got water?
that I am.
Dog, I'm scared I'm about to step on you, man.
Yeah, bit the shit out of you.
I got the warm water.
He sneezed.
But it's kind of cold actually. Cause this is cold back here.
I let him ride with me, yo. He cool, man. Let him ride in the
Go
car.
ahead, bust a hole in
What
it.
you were
I
saying?
said to my wife. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
What you were saying that email said the other night?
He said something to the effect of like I'm broken.
Mm-hmm.
You said that I was broken because you were saying something about like reinventing myself, and because I've been taking everything from where like
giving yourself away too much.
Not even just giving myself away, but I may have actually taken what someone in my past has said and used that to fuel what I think I'm supposed to be doing. Like, you said I could. Now this is what I'm about to do because of that.
Definitely.
And it's like I had to really think. Like after hearing him say that, like, damn, well, what the hell I really want, and I'm not living my life just to prove something to someone else, and that goes into kind of like letting whatever other people's thoughts of you.
Judgment.
Okay.
Or
my
the fear of it.
Right.
Like she's getting out of character to get this opinion from this person. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it has nothing to do with her benefit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of shit I'm talking about. And that kind of attitude, I think, is the problem for like almost every social problem you could think of. People fronting, people lying. It's all.
The reason why I say it is because it's just become so norm now.
Yeah, very much.
It's become so norm. Like anything that you saying, it'd be like. I mean, it's gonna be relatable. People gonna agree with it, but it's just what people made themselves be. You know what I'm saying? It's just what they made themselves be. And a lot of people don't know that shit though. A lot of this shit is instinctive. A lot of this shit is a choice. Like, but I'm gonna be this or do this. It's been. I was talking to a friend about it last week, and I forgot how we got on it, but I told her, I was talking about being who you supposed to be, or who you are, knowing who you are. But you've been raised as a kid with all this in you. What are you gonna be when you grow up? What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to be? So you get that caught in your brain, and a lot of people do. So you don't focus on who you are. So a lot of times when you start acting certain ways, which is really you, you push it off, and you're not you anymore. Some people get comfortable with who society tells you're supposed to be, and sometimes it's fitting to certain people. It's fitting. Sometimes it ain't. Yeah, I never understood that as a kid. I never understood that. So when like people would ask me like, "What you want to be?"
That's conditioned. Yeah, conditioned.
That's really what it is. It's just some people are breaking out of the mold now. Some people just never was in it.
And that's the thing. And if people ever aware that that's how they are, most people will change. I think most people will change.
I think some people are comfortable in it though. Some people fit it well. Some people are good. Some people benefit off of it, like you said.
I just think once you know it, it's harder to live with it.
It is.
I think most people would at least start to change somehow.
At least
start to be more of an individual.